Mental health is currently described in college classes, university campuses, and in services and housing provided to those who aren't behaviorally and mentally and psychologically okay in a civilization, in a world with economics and responsibilities, social etiquette, and language requirements now. Drug addicts, unfortunately, have taken a system with processes involving mind and self and ego and behavior observed by a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a counselor, a social worker, and begun to use and have used emotion and social, two parts and processes within a system of medicine and health. Professionals learn about in classrooms, in certification locations now. And they have their self, their ego, in a place other than their body. They eliminate a distraction causing a hallucination to have a calm and relaxing life within a hospital they live for treatment now, in an apartment building now. And they accomplish their goals and their tasks and their objective and their purpose from their teachings from AA meetings and Recovery Cafe and Union Gospel Mission and Bread of Life and other organizations who give awareness and attention and focus and concentration with language, letters, and sentences. With mathematics limited to requirements and limits, appointments, and schedules now. The humans I'm describing now, they smoked crack and did meth. They did heroin and fentanyl, ecstasy and MDMA and some Molly. And got confused. Their neurons in their synapses, in other words, were used for stimulation. A process with a reward within a system provided by drug dealing, addict making, cartel, substance chemical buying, economics, deciding folks and people and humans and gangsters and thugs, white racists, and evil. Now, they go yell in the hall sometimes, those humans. Scream to let their self know who's more dominant now. And most terrifying of all, psychology, psychiatry, and all of the services provided with those doctors included now, and professionals and certified workers, allow and encourage and accept these conditions in their business, organization, nonprofit, hospital, they have rooms in a house in a building called Caroline W. Apartments with studio apartments. Humans rent from them now. And anyone who doesn't want to be confused and misdirected and hallucinate every day instead of having some freedom in a city with apartments, thousands of dollars of rents, dollars a month, have to avoid conflict and violence and harassment and assault. And keep track of energy or risk, fatigue, dizziness, and for some, loneliness. Humans who are doing similar to what ranchers do with cows. And these humans who are participating in a system similar to cows, sacred in India now, keep their herd, their tribe, their indigenous and primitive women safe and secure, and emotionally and socially awesome. They grow gardens for their ladies, their girls, and knock on their doors and keep them strong and powerful, and whisper and use their voice to keep those bad villains away, those destructive, nasty wolves who go after their metaphorical cows. And most of all, anyone who's got freedom receives domination now. And ranchers with cows are psychologists and social workers that these men and these women tell one another are a system similar to a prison, psychiatric hospital, keeping them within a set of processes unbreakable now. And everyone lives in a system similar to a hospital and required by a man who kicks on a woman's door in the middle of the night, and a man who's friends with women who say in the middle of the night to a woman, they will fuck her up tomorrow. They will fuck you up tomorrow. Now, they occasionally have canes they walk with now. They occasionally say hello and smile and smoke their cigarette and drink their booze in private now. And when they get a craving, they go get what they need downtown now. They chase their ghost around in the day, and when their ghost takes a human form, they call a woman a rabbit and chase her who has their self and who keeps their ego, who they call God, nice and quiet and silent. So they are prepared to teach those young girls, those pretty women who are not aware yet of what they can't do now. I'm describing a cult, unfortunately, now. A cult. Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud started more than likely and hypothetically and theoretically. Teaching addicts about how to control autistic humans and Asperger's humans and bipolar humans and schizophrenic humans who aren't addicted to what they used to enjoy and now they decry as fatal and deadly, dangerous, and horrible now. Cult leaders often take women and have sex with them whenever they want now. And an easy indication to receive from information provided in a world with freedom has to do with who's single and who's in love and shacked up mysteriously now. Who makes the women go, oh, that's nice? And who causes an emotion and time to slow down? To minutes and seconds and hours now. A person could sit instead of eating for hours talking about how horrible and treacherous these conditions are, with counselors and social workers and psychologists and staff and workers perpetuating confusion and misdirection about some sort of mysterious system in place with some processes involved keeping humans locked in their rooms, in a house, in an apartment building with apartment studios now. Instead of saying to the humans in those apartments and studios, you have as much freedom as any United States Navy chaplain now. You have as much freedom as that goddamn veteran who fucking kicks on your goddamn door in the middle of the night. And you can tell that thug gangster who uses their body to control your emotion and your social awareness and attention, and distracting and confusing your concentration and focus, to go have a war with that bully instead of controlling and restricting and limiting those who suffer in poverty now. You anarchist, you pedophile molester, and your baby girl who you proudly proclaim as your friend now.